I thought my wife and I had the perfect marriage until I found a hidden bank account with over $100,000. It wasn't the money that shocked me, but where it came from. Now I have to decide if I should confront her or if I even want to know the truth. I always thought my wife and I were open about everything: finances, plans, even the small things. We've been together for 8 years, married for 5. We share a joint account, discuss big purchases, and as far as I knew, there were no secrets between us. Then, last week, I needed to transfer some money for a home project. While reviewing our accounts, I noticed a transaction that didn't make sense. It was a transfer, $2,000, labeled as personal savings, but we never had a separate savings account. Curious, I did some digging. That's when I found it, an entirely separate bank account in my wife's name. It had over $100,000 in it. At first, I tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was for something innocent, an emergency fund, an investment she forgot to tell me about. But the deposits were frequent and the sources were strange. Random transactions from different payment platforms, deposits that didn't match her salary. It didn't make sense. I decided to wait and see if she'd mention it. Maybe there was an explanation. But days passed, and she said nothing. Last night, I finally asked her about it. I expected her to laugh it off, to tell me it was a surprise for something good, maybe a house, a vacation, anything. Instead, she froze. Her face went pale, and for a full 10 seconds, she just stared at me. Then she said, "I was hoping you'd never find out." My heart dropped. "Find out what?" She hesitated before speaking again. "It's my money, for security." "Security from what?" I asked, my stomach twisting. She avoided my eyes. "From you." I was stunned. We've never had a violent fight, never even raised hands at each other. Why would she need security from me? I asked her to explain, and that's when she admitted it. She had been secretly saving up money in case she ever needed to leave me. At that moment, I didn't know what to say. I felt sick. I thought we had a solid marriage, but apparently she had been preparing to walk away for years. When I asked her why, her response shook me even more. She said, "Because I watched my mom stay in a marriage where she felt trapped. I never wanted to be in that situation, so I made sure I never would be." I still don't know how to process this. She insists it doesn't mean she wants to leave me, just that she could if she ever needed to. But now I can't stop wondering, was she ever planning to tell me? And if she's been planning for an escape, does she already have one foot out the door? I don't know what to do. Do I just accept that she's been preparing to leave me this whole time? Or is this a sign that something in our marriage is broken beyond repair? I didn't sleep that night. I just lay there, staring at the ceiling while my wife slept beside me, as if she hadn't just shattered my entire sense of security. The next morning, I avoided her. Not intentionally. I just didn't know how to talk to her without the weight of that conversation crushing me. But she must have noticed, because before I left for work, she stopped me at the door. "Are we going to talk about this?" she asked softly. I turned to her, and for the first time in our marriage, I didn't recognize the person in front of me. "I don't know," I admitted. "I don't know what there is to say." Her face fell, but she didn't argue. "Please don't shut me out." That would have been ironic, considering she had been hiding something this huge from me. But I didn't say that. I just nodded and left. At work, I couldn't focus. I kept replaying everything she said. Was she really just being cautious because of her mom's experience? Or had she been slowly planning her exit from our marriage? I needed advice. So I did something I never thought I'd do. I called my brother. He's the kind of guy who tells it like it is, no sugarcoating. After I explained everything, there was a long silence. Then he said, "Look, man, a woman doesn't build an escape plan unless she thinks she might need to use it." That hit hard. "So, what? You think she's already planning to leave?" "I think," he said carefully, "that she's been thinking about it for a long time. You don't just wake up one day and decide to squirrel away 100 grand. I couldn't argue with that. That night, I sat my wife down. No distractions, no small talk. Just us. "I need to know the truth," I said. "Were you planning to leave me?" She shook her head instantly. "No, I swear. I love you." "Then why keep this from me?" She sighed, rubbing her temples like she was exhausted, "Because I knew you wouldn't understand." "Try me." She hesitated. Then, finally, she said, "I don't believe in putting myself in a position where I can't walk away if I need to. That word, need, stung. It meant she had considered the possibility of leaving. She continued, "It's not about you, it's about me. My mom had no money, no job, no options. My dad controlled everything. I swore I'd never be in that position. I wanted to be understanding. But at the same time, wasn't that the whole point of marriage? To trust that you were in it together. So where does that leave us?" I asked. She swallowed hard. "I don't know, but I don't want to lose you." I didn't know what to say. I still don't. Can I live with the fact that my wife has been preparing for an exit since the beginning? Or does this mean our marriage was never or built on real trust in the first place? I spent the next few days in a daze. Everything about our marriage felt different now, like I was looking at it from the outside, realizing I had never really understood what was inside. She kept trying to talk, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't angry exactly, just lost. Finally, she sat me down again. This time she looked exhausted, like she had been carrying this weight for too long. "I need you to hear me," she said. "I love you. I have never wanted to leave. But I grew up watching my mom cry herself to sleep every night because she had no way out. I told myself I'd never be that helpless." I wanted to believe her. But how could I when she had been hiding this for years? "So what now?" I asked. "Do we just go back to normal?" She bit her lip. "I don't know. I don't want to lose you over this. But something in me had changed. I just need time," I finally said. She nodded, but I could tell she was scared. And for the first time in our marriage, I was too. Because I wasn't sure if time would fix this or if it would just make me realize that we had never really been on the same team. The next few weeks were strange. We didn't fight, but something unspoken lingered between us. I wasn't distant on purpose, but every time I looked at her, I felt like I was seeing a different person. She noticed. One night, as we sat on the couch watching a movie, she muted the TV and turned to me. "Do you still trust me?" I didn't answer right away. Finally, I said, "I don't know." She looked down, fiddling with the hem of her shirt. "Do you think I'd ever hurt you?" "That's not the point," I said. "It's not about whether you'd hurt me. It's the fact that you spent years planning for an escape instead of trusting me enough to tell me why." She flinched, like the words stung. "I never planned to leave you. She took a deep breath. "I just needed to know that I could." And maybe that was the part I couldn't get past. I kept trying to put myself in her shoes, to imagine growing up watching my mother stuck in a miserable marriage with no way out. And I got it. I really did. But at the same time, I wasn't her father. I wasn't some controlling husband who made all the decisions. I had given her no reason to think she needed an escape plan. Or had I? I started questioning everything. Every disagreement, every decision we had made together. Had there been moments where I had unknowingly reinforced her fear? Had I ever made her feel powerless? One night, I finally asked her, "Was it something I did?" She looked surprised. "What?" "This account, the secrecy. Was it because of me? Did I do something to make you feel unsafe?" She shook her head instantly. "No, never. This was never about you, and I should have told you that from the start." I wanted to believe her, but the damage was done, and that's when I realized something. Maybe I had changed since finding out about the account, but so had she. She was walking on eggshells now, afraid I'd snap or leave, and that wasn't fair to either of us. So I told her the truth. "I don't know how to move past this," I admitted, "but I want to. I just don't know if I can." Her eyes welled up. "Then tell me what to do, please." But I didn't have an answer, because this wasn't something she could just fix overnight, and I wasn't sure if I even wanted her to try. The hardest part was that I didn't want to leave her. I still loved her, but the love felt different now, like it had a shadow hanging over it, something I couldn't unsee. She tried to go back to normal. She'd cook dinner, ask about my day, reach for my hand like she always had, but I could feel her hesitation, like she was afraid I'd pull away. One night, I finally snapped. Not in anger, just exhaustion. "I don't want to keep pretending this didn't happen," I told her. She swallowed hard. "I don't either." "Then what are we doing?" Her face crumpled. "I don't know." We sat in silence for a long time, and then she said something I wasn't expecting. "I'll close the account." That caught me off guard. "What?" "I'll transfer everything to our joint account," she said. "I don't want this to be something between us anymore." It was a big gesture, but it didn't fix the problem. "I don't care about the money," I said. "It's not what you did. It's why you did it, she nodded slowly. So how do we fix this? I sighed. I don't think it's something you can just fix, like flipping a switch. She wiped her eyes, looking more vulnerable than I'd ever seen her. I don't want to lose you, I exhaled. I don't want to lose us, but I need time. She nodded, but I could see the fear in her eyes. That was a month ago. Since then, things have been better. We've been talking more, real, honest conversations about our marriage, our fears, our expectations. She didn't close the account, but she did something else. She gave me full access to it. She said it wasn't about secrecy anymore, but about feeling secure together. I'm still processing everything. Some days I feel like we'll be okay. Other days I wonder if this will always be a wedge between us. But for now, we're still here, still trying. And maybe that's enough. A few weeks after that conversation, we went out to dinner for the first time in a long time, just the two of us. No tension, no quiet resentment hanging in the air. For once, it felt close to normal. On the way home, she reached for my hand in the car. I didn't pull away. I missed this, she said softly. I nodded. Me too. But as much as we were trying to move forward, part of me still had questions. Not about the money anymore, but about trust. So later that night, I brought it up. Can I ask you something honest? She looked a little nervous, but nodded. If I hadn't found that account, would you have ever told me? She didn't answer right away. That silence said more than anything. I don't know, she finally admitted. I wanted to, eventually, but I was scared you'd take it the wrong way, that it would ruin things. Kind of like it did? I said, not to be cruel, just honest. She looked down. Yeah, like that. I didn't say anything for a while. Then I said, I get why you did it. I really do. But secrets like that, they don't just go away. They grow. I know, she whispered. And next time, I added, whatever it is, you have to tell me, no matter how hard it is. We can't build anything if there's something hiding underneath it. She looked me in the eye and said, I promise. It wasn't a dramatic moment. There were no tears or hugs, but it felt real. I'm still not sure where we're headed. Some days feel light, like we're slowly healing. Others feel heavy, like we're patching up something that will never be as strong as it once was. But maybe that's the point. Maybe relationships don't always go back to how they were before. Maybe the goal is to build something new from what's left. And for now, we're doing that, day by day. Update, 3 months later, things aren't perfect, but they're getting better. We started couples counseling, her suggestion, not mine. I was hesitant at first, but it's actually helped us have the conversations we used to avoid. The secret account still exists, but now I have full access. We've both agreed to keep separate savings accounts, but everything is open and transparent now. She said it's no longer her escape plan, just part of how she feels safe financially, and now I get that. One of the top comments on my original post said, trust can survive almost anything except secrecy. That stuck with me. It stuck with us. We're still rebuilding. Some days are hard, but we're learning to be honest, even when it's uncomfortable. So yeah, we're still together, still trying. And for now, that feels like enough. Thanks to everyone who commented. You helped more than you know.